Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another deadline stream, to the final deadline stream of the season. It is game week 38, the final week of the season, the biggest chaos stream we will do all season. We have all games kicking off at the same time, which means, as I can already see the questions in the chat coming about early team news, what do you think about Haaland, what do you think about Salah, all of this, Alvarez, a few of you mentioning a few of the early news that we might have had already from the community as well. We will get into all of that. But before we do that, we are going to do our quick rounds of hellos for the final time this season. Of course, we will be back next season as well. Don't worry, we are not going anywhere, but we get a nice little break after this game week does end. So, before we dive in, please say hello in the chat. Let me know where you are watching from. I don't have a hot topic question of the week. You can let me know what you had for breakfast or your most recent meal. Breakfast if you're in the UK, not breakfast if you are not in the UK. But yeah, it is going to be chaos. But we have got quite a bit of time to go. We've got just over 2 hours to go until the deadline. We have got a bit of a notepad here where we're going to start making notes on some team news as well, so we can try and keep it all in one place from the reliable sources. I have got 2 free transfers to make today before the deadline. This is how my team is currently lining up as well. But FPL Focus, good afternoon to you. Velikan, Adrian, Jay from the USA, Mukuka from Zambia, Scott from Ireland, Jurassic, hello, Ron, Lord, Maggie, Jim, Baby, Fino, who else have we got? Foz, Russell, Stefan, Aryan, Baby, Paul Lee, Cheekster, hello to the regular names in the chat, Jordan, my Jed, hello to all the members in as well already, John, Aaron, Craig, Adrian, Callum, Min, Philip, Antonio, Jack, Eddie, hello, Matthew, Stefan, and to everyone else in the chat. For one final time, I had to butcher all of your names. It is the hardest part of the stream for me. But cool. So, yeah, let's start firing in some of your questions. I will warn you that for quite a reasonable amount of the stream, I will be answering yes, good transfers if they start. Because, of course, there are certain moves which look like they are going to be good potential moves, but only if they do end up starting. So, yeah. Let me also get up. We'll start off by... where will they be? By going down. So, Rashford is starting. We know that much. We've also heard that there is a travelling squad. Travelling squad for Manchester City Alisson also does not start for Liverpool today. And where was the other one? Sorry, bear with me. There was here we go. Manchester City, no De Bruyne, no Diaz, no Grealish, and no Akanji in the squad at all. So quite a reasonable amount of rotation already coming in. So that's Manchester City. There's also been less reliable sources saying that Haaland doesn't start. Now, we're hoping we're going to get something much more reliable closer to the deadline, or someone that's produced team news before. But those of you saying lazy FPL in the chat, yes, it does look like they're claiming that Haaland is on the bench today. So that will impact a lot of transfers. It's also worth mentioning that will likely, depending on when we get news, the servers may not be able to handle everyone logging in to do their teams on the final day. So be cautious, be wary that if you do leave your transfers right up until the final moments, you might run a little bit of risk of the site crashing. And that is not what you want on the final day of the season. So, with that in mind, with that Haaland news, Haaland is still in my team, but I have moved the captaincy armband onto Mo Salah. The vice-captain is on Marcus Rashford because he's one of the players that we know is going to start today, apparently. So he has got the captaincy, the vice-captaincy, with Mo Salah currently getting the captaincy being away at Southampton. But I don't hate a Marcus Rashford captaincy this week, to be honest. It's just one of those things. If you know that a player's going to start, you probably end up wanting to put your captaincy armband on him. With Haaland being out, there are two players that if he doesn't start, there are two players that I do really, really like the look of, and that is Harry Kane and Julian Alvarez. Alvarez, when he plays up front alongside Haaland, he's not nearly as good an option as when he plays on his own. And if that's going to be the case, because there's no Haaland, then Alvarez up front I really like as a punt. His ownership is going to go up and up and up between now and the deadline as well, as will Harry Kane's as well. If Haaland is out, Haaland to Alvarez and Haaland to Kane are going to be the two popular moves this week. We have already got 1,200 of you in the stream and watching, but only 80 of you have liked the stream. If we could just bump those up, those are rookie numbers. If you could bump up the likes on the stream, that would be fantastic. We are trying to hit 57,000 subscribers during the last stream of the season. We only need 130. The timestamp? Where's my laptop? Oh, 1 sec. I need to go and get my laptop. It's on charge. 1 second. I'm back. Thank you for reminding me. So let me get my laptop open, because the bits that go round in the corners are controlled by something on my laptop, so I have to have it open. 1 sec, here we go. Cool. Right. We should be good to go. We should be good to go. Right. Thank you for the reminder. But we've got those up and running now as well. So, any news on Shaw? No. Tsimikas worth a punt? Yes. Tsimikas is worth a punt. I think he's going to start left back. I think Robertson with a slight knock. I just don't think they'll risk him on the final day. So yeah, I think it'll be Tsimikas starting. So McAllister or Mitoma for Eze. Yes, I do quite like those for free. I might have to look at it for a -4 for my team, depending on what happens up front. Yes, I do think if you can sell one of probably McAllister. The thing is, I think McAllister is slightly more likely to start, but I'd rather Mitoma if they both start. So yes, I like the idea of Eze. Eze is one of the players that is on my short list of potential transfers in as well. One of the midfielders I'm considering buying into, which I will share with you as well at some point during the stream. The sort of short list of players by each position that if I need to make a move, I can. What are the Alisson leaks? So apparently Alisson is... Let me refresh the thread. Why have I got... Oh, that doesn't remove him from a list that's not mine anyway. I don't know why I did that. I just wanted him not to appear on the list if he's going to retweet ads. So we heard that... Where? Alisson Becker, here we go. Alisson Becker does not start for Liverpool today, apparently. Kelleher, their young Irish goalkeeper, it is his last game. I think he's leaving in the summer. So it's not a surprise that players like this are potentially given a start. It does also mean that if he's going to do that, I'd probably expect Firmino to start as well, because if it's going to be his final game for Liverpool, then you'd probably expect him to start as well. But yes, Gundogan, we don't know anything of at the moment. The only players we have, any sort of news for are these ones. I'm not putting Haaland on this list yet because I don't think it's reliable enough for me to go and add to the list. But we will be updating this as time goes on. As time goes on and we get close to the deadline, we'll be adding players to these lists. Vardy captain, probably not. I probably wouldn't be going outside of, well, I might need to change my captaincy ranking, but I'm going to leave Haaland up there for now. But yes, captaincy ranking, I probably would go Salah, Kane, Alvarez are probably my top 3 that I would go with if Haaland's not going to start. If you are looking for a midfielder this week, I do think it's difficult to look past Eze. It is a great fixture. He is in really good form as well. He's likely to be on penalties. So, would I transfer out Luke Shaw? I'm probably unlikely. Yeah, so a lot of questions in the chat about what my current sort of transfer plans are. In goal and in defence, I think I'm unlikely to use a transfer unless I know for sure that I don't have enough to put out. So if I don't have a goalkeeper, or I only have, if 3 of my defenders get benched, for example, then I'll use a transfer in that position. But I don't think it would be a -4 worthy. Oh yeah, I can add Alisson. I don't think it would be -4 worthy. Is it double I or do it like that? Don't think it's a -4 worthy to go and get any defenders in this week. There is no team that has over a 50% chance of keeping a clean sheet this week. Not even Arsenal, Manchester United, no. Like, these teams don't have These teams don't have a 50% chance of keeping a clean sheet this week. And if they don't have a 50% chance of keeping a clean sheet this week, they're definitely not going to be worth a -4. Now, you might say, well, they might have attacking threat as well. Yes, but the chances of them capitalising on that attacking threat is probably minimal. So, unless I get told or confirmed that neither Ederson nor Kepa start, which is possible, but I do think Ederson is likely to start. And if I get news that none or less than 3 of my defenders start, so if Shaw doesn't start and like Trent also doesn't start, then maybe I'd think about defensive transfer. But I think there's enough good transfers I can make going further up the pitch. The players I'm considering selling are Haaland, of course, if he doesn't start. Isaac as well. Solanke, I could end up playing a front 3 because, yeah, Isaac, if we get anything, like if we get news, for example, that says Isaac starts up front on his own and Callum Wilson doesn't play, for example, then I might keep Isaac and I could play a 3 up front and bench one of McAllister and Matoma. I could sell one of them as well. There's quite a lot of moving parts, and this is why I normally tweet when we get to days like this that you know, plan what are you going to do if you get news that someone starts, what are you going to do if you get news that someone doesn't start, and everything like that. And the issue with this is there are so many potential possibilities that I think it's impossible to plan for all of them. So what I've done instead is I have a list of players that I would consider bringing into my team, and they are here. So in goal, if I'm buying a goalkeeper this week, it's going to be Pickford. If I buy defenders this week, it will be Tierney, Tsimikas or Tarkowski. This is in no particular order. If I'm buying midfielders, it's probably Eze, Garnacho or Odegaard. And then up front, it is Kane, Alvarez and Gabriel Jesus. So that is my 10-man shortlist of players I may buy into my team this week. There are a few others. And the reason this might not be the full list is because if there's someone who doesn't normally start, suddenly starts, like if we got news that Cole Palmer starts and he's a midfielder, like I might buy him and he's not on this list because I'm not expecting him to start. These are players that I expect to start that I might buy. So there might be team news on, someone like Cole Palmer. We might get Eze not starting and it might be Elise. There might be others than this, but these are the ones that I feel like are definitely going to start or have a very good chance of starting. Garnacho maybe not definitely start. But have a good chance of starting, so then I might end up buying. So that's my short list of current players that I might buy. We might add to them, we might take away from them. What potential hits would I consider taking this week? To be honest, I don't think I want to take more than a -4 this week. So for those of you who are unaware of my season, I am 16 points in 16 points inside the top 10k and inside the top 1k, sorry. And if I'm 16 points inside the top 1k, then... Ooh. Oh. Sorry, I thought City Extra had tweeted Edson returns and goal, Rodri in defense midfield, but it's predicted lineup. Sneaky stuff. But yes, I can't remember what I was talking about. Why not Trossard on the list? He will start surely. So there was rumours that both Trossard and Saka had issues. Now they've both been said that they've travelled or they are with the squad. So we don't quite know if they're going to start. I do like Trossard, but unless we get confirmation that we know he's going to start, I'd probably buy Odegaard over him. Thoughts on Fernandes this week? I probably wouldn't buy him. I feel like there's better upside punts. Like we've seen Fernandes be great, but the returns have not necessarily been there. Sitting at 9,500 OR, would love to have your first ever top 10k finish. Is -4 too risky? There will be hits flying around today, especially with the amount of rotation that there's going to be. If you can avoid taking a hit, I think today is all about getting 11 starting players in your squad. I wouldn't worry necessarily too much about who they are because there can be a lot of goals in the final day. So even players, if you've got Wilson or Isaac and you hear they start, if I hear like Solanke starts, like I'm quite happy to play them. Because even though it's a difficult fixture, I still think they can do well. So it's all about, if there is a player in my starting 11 that doesn't start and a player but Isaac does start, I'd rather sell the player that doesn't start and keep Isaac, even though it's a difficult fixture and he's stuck out on the wing at the moment. Thanks for my content and insight into FPL. I appreciate, no worries. Have a great last game week and hope to get a green arrow. Let's just hope it's not too big a red arrow. I'm just happy to stay in the top 1,000, to be honest, today. Is Rashford striker or left wing? We do not know the answer to that one. Yeah, we don't know the answer. I will be looking down a lot because I'm on my phone to try and check if we have any more team news or anything like that coming out. If you get anything, please do, of course, always tag me on it on Twitter as well. Yes, FPL newsletter has said that Haaland doesn't start. That is correct. Everton 40%. Yeah, I think Everton and Arsenal have the two highest clean sheet odds this week. Rashford is playing, yes, which is why Rashford has got the vice captaincy at the moment. At least I know that that's there. We've got nothing on Luke Shaw yet. No. Is Stone starting? We don't know. Luke Shaw news? We don't know. Maguire starting? We also don't know. So we're going to... How long have we got? An hour and 50. To be honest, we might start getting team news from any time for about 2 hours or 3 hours before... From about 1:30. So in 20 minutes time, that's 3 hours before kickoff. Squads will be arriving... People will have decided their starting 11s, etc., etc. So, yeah. So, thoughts on Grealish and Haaland out to Salah and Alvarez in? Yeah, they're moves that make a lot of sense. There is talk about a lot of Liverpool rotation though, so I would hold off on buying Mo Salah until we hear anything a little bit more than that, to be honest, because you don't want to be buying Salah if he then doesn't start. Salah has missed the final game, I think 2 out of 3 times where they've had nothing to play for on the final day. Salah hasn't started, so Firmino, Watkins in for Haaland, Isaac. Yes, I mean, we don't necessarily know Firmino's going to start, but in theory, if you wait close to the deadline and we get the right news, then yes, those are two moves that I do like. Shaw to who for a hit? Pedro Porro, Tarkowski. I'm not sure taking Shaw out for anyone is worth a hit. The defenders I'd consider are Tierney, Tsimikas and Tarkowski probably. But if you want to go for someone else, if you can afford a Trent, of course, Trent is probably top. But I own Trent, so How reliable is the Haaland news? That is a good question. That is a good question. I would say it's reasonable. Knowing who runs the account, but I hope that we get something more on it. I do not know at all if I trust that leaked lineup. I am not trusting that for sure. No, someone just put, oh, someone's got Brighton and Man City news. I'd never seen that account before, so. Start Kepa or Raya. Probably. I'd probably start Kepa out of those two. Bruno for Saka. No, probably not. Don't think it's worth a transfer. It feels very luxury on the final day, given how much rotation we are expecting. Garnacho, apparently, but again, like tag me on Twitter. Raptor says Garnacho starts. God, chaos already, and we are still 2 hours away from deadline. Chaos already. So, start 3 out of Isaac, Wilson, Haaland, Rashford. Or Rashford definitely starts. And it depends. Like, if Haaland doesn't, then you probably bench him. But it's not necessarily given that both Isaac and Wilson start together today. Who gets the captaincy for me? Well, Salah probably. If we don't get, or if Salah doesn't start, Kane might come in. Kane could get it. Or Rashford at home to Fulham could also get it. Is Bruno worth a -4? No, not unless you're selling someone who isn't playing. But no, it probably feels like a very luxury transfer on the final day. A line you'll probably hear me say throughout this stream, to be honest, it does feel very luxury. If Nacho starts, that means Rashi at striker. It could do, because Garnacho will probably play on the left. That is very good for Rashford if he's playing up front. We're not guaranteed that he plays the full 90. I'd be very surprised if he plays the full 90, though. Haaland and Isaac to Alvarez and Kane. Haaland and Isaac to Alvarez and Kane. Yes. Yeah, I'm considering something similar, I think. You can't afford Bruno. Is Saka your next best? I think Saka's a good option. I'd probably buy Eze over Saka, to be honest, though. I really like Eze, and I think he may end up coming into my team. By the deadline. Is Rashford worth a -4? Again, it depends who you're taking out. If you're taking out a player that's decent and starts, then no. But if you're taking out a player that's benched, then yeah, it's fine. It's fine to do it for a -4. Rodrigo from Leeds worth a punt. He was on my shortlist. I don't necessarily think I'll end up going there, to be honest, today, because I think just Eze just trumps him in quite a few number of ways. And Rodrigo was flagged. He looks like he's fine and he's back in training, but I don't. Saka was meant to be injured, but he has been told that he's in the squad today. But yeah, that's the issue with Saka. I don't think I'd buy him just in case he doesn't start. The same thing with Trossard as well. Unless we get news that they definitely do. Start Odegaard or Mitoma. Probably Odegaard. Iverson or Raya. Probably Iverson. Hope he gets lucky with another clean sheet. Good evening, Nuclear. How are we doing? Haaland or Kane? Haaland for Kane for a -4. Is it worth a hit? I mean, I don't know how we're already in hit territory with that move. Surely that's like the priority move that we'd be making this week. Would I do Haaland to Kane for a -4? I mean, if you've got no one on your bench to cover, then yes, I probably would. You're 38 points ahead in your mini league. Is it okay to take a -8, or is that too risky? Like 38 points, to be honest, you could take no hits and you win that mini league. Like the chances of you blowing a 38-point lead in the final day of the season. If I was 38 points ahead in my mini league, I would just play an 11 that start and use my free transfers and not use anything else. To be honest, that's probably where I would be if, 38 points ahead. What's my verdict on the Brighton mids today? I'm not that fond of them, but their ownership's still going to be reasonably high. So unless we get news that they don't start, I'll probably have at least one of them in my starting lineup by the deadline. They can damage you, right? If they do start. So unless I get news that they don't, then I'll probably end up playing them both. Maybe not both. Maybe I'll move one onto Eze. Maybe I'll move one of them onto Eze. You're 1 point behind in your mini league. Do I take hits? I take a maximum of 1 hit to put out the strongest 11 you can, but I wouldn't go crazy, because if you're trying to make up an 8-point gap on the final day, it is much harder than if you're trying to make up 7 versus 3 points, for example. You're only 6 points ahead in your mini league, $200 to the winner. You're nervous. That will be a close final day. Good luck to you. Does David De Gea start? I don't know. Start Kepa or Steele? I'd probably go Steele. Thoughts on Awani? Yes, fine pick. I do think Palace will win that game, though. Options for forward with Haaland and Wilson. Alvarez, Kane. My Forster or Steele. Probably Steele. Better for save points, and I expect both of those teams to concede anyway. Mac or Matoma to Eze. If we get no news about who's going to start, I'd probably sell McAllister before Matoma. But if we get news that one of them starts, then of course you sell the one that's going to be on the bench. What will I do with Isaac? I'm planning on selling him, although it's not guaranteed. I may end up starting him this week. It may depend. I think I prefer Isaac to Solanke still. I think I prefer Isaac over Solanke. Captain Barnes, as in Harvey Barnes, no chance. What about Curtis Jones? Good. I mean, should start again, but some people are saying they've tagged me on Twitter. Wow, apparently Ross has said that there's no Haaland. Give me 1 sec. Andy tweeted. And, well, there we go. Oh, it's come a lot earlier than we thought it would. Come a lot earlier than we thought it would, but means we should be starting to think about potential Haaland replacements in our squad. Harry Kane and Julian Alvarez, probably the number 1 and number 2 potential replacements for him. It's pretty even between them. I do like Alvarez when he plays through the middle, though. Easy switch to Kane. Yes. Hi, Kevin. Hello, hello. Who to go for? McAllister. You have Eze in for Grealish. I mean, an Arsenal mid, Garnacho potentially. Wow, Haaland's mass transfer out is going to begin. It's going to begin. When do we get news on who starts? It is dripping in already. It is already being drip fed in. So, my number, if you can, to be honest, I think Haaland to Kane just makes the most sense. I think Haaland to Kane. It then means that I'll probably want Alvarez as well. Well, Andy, I don't think's ever been wrong with team news. This makes it boring. No, because I think there's a lot of places you can go, but I do think that Harry Kane is probably the most obvious and the best route to go down. Would I rather Kane, Alvarez, and get Eze from -4, or just Kane plus Eze of one of the Brighton mids if they don't start? I'm currently probably favouring the -4 route. Yeah. Probably would favour the -4 route in there. Bear with me. Steele or Iverson? Andy would say Steele, I think. News on Luke Shaw, we have nothing yet. Steele or Iverson? Yeah, Steele or Iverson, I'd still go Steele. Guy in front of me in your mini league already has Kane. Which one to choose for Haaland replacement in that case? Then I probably would go Alvarez. It depends how different the rest of your teams are to each other's. If that's like the only difference, then yeah, you need to go different. If the rest of your team is also quite different to his, then maybe you can go Kane. But any news about De Bruyne? Any news about Mahrez? We have nothing yet. You probably would... It doesn't sound like De Bruyne is playing. De Bruyne was on the list of not travelling, right? Yes. Is Rashford striker or left wing? Well, if Garnacho is going to start, it might mean that Rashford is playing striker. How many hits acceptable to take? I wouldn't take more than a -8 on the final day. I wouldn't take more than a -8. Recommendations for defenders. My shortlist is here. So Tierney, Tsimikas, Tarkowski, probably the Ederson start. Boom, I have a goalkeeper. Boom, we're gonna have all the team news about an hour before the deadline, and we're gonna log off and make our moves. Ederson starts. Good news. Rashford striker as Sancho and Garnacho are starting. If Garnacho starts, Rashford's definitely striker. Yes, unless he ruins one out on the right wing. He did that early in the season, didn't he? And it just didn't work at all. Will Gakpo start? We don't know anything on Liverpool yet. We don't know anything on Brighton or Newcastle yet either. But yes, Salah, yay or nay? Salah, a good option for sure. He's currently got my Captaincy armband over Harry Kane. Harry Kane may end up coming in for Erling Haaland, but... please show the list. Here you go. Here we go. Pickford or Shaw? Pickford or Edison? I'd play Pickford over Edison, but it's not worth a transfer. Keep this up over my team. Yeah, well, I will jump back and forth. I will jump back and forth. We can keep this up for now. Any news on Martial? We have nothing on Martial yet. Nothing. Or we can put starting Edison. Nothing on Martial. You got Rico Lewis. Should I start him? I think he probably starts, but it's not the best fixture away at Brentford. I don't think City will keep a clean sheet, but it's up to you. It's up to you. If you've got no one else to play. Thoughts? Oh, Darren, thank you very much for joining at the base tier. Thank you very much for joining as a base tier member. Apologies, sorry. Apparently there's no Shaw either. Apparently there isn't any Shaw. We're not sure if Shaw starts. But yeah, apparently no Luke Shaw either. But I'm not adding that to the list just yet. But I wouldn't be surprised. I was kind of predicting that was going to happen anyway. You're missing your super chat. Is it worth transferring Raya for Ramsdale for -4? Apologies, I missed your super chat. Raya to Ramsdale for -4. No, goalkeeper transfer is not worth a -4 this week at all. Definitely not. If you have a goalkeeper that's starting, just play them. It's not worth a -4. Haaland will probably come on and score 2. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Bruno, yes or no? Bruno's a good option to have, but I wouldn't be taking hits to go and get him in, to be honest. I don't know who you're selling. If it's Grealish to Bruno, then yes. Doing a negative transfer upon a number of players who won't start, or... Yeah, so if you've got, only 9 or 10 players that are starting, I probably would take a -4. I'm not sure I want to go much above a -4, to be honest. Darren, thank you for joining as a member and then joining and sending in a super chat. Pedro Porro and Eze for sure, and McAllister for -4. I mean, I don't know what defenders you've got on your bench, but I'm not sure that Pedro Porro is worth a -4 unless you need the money. Where's the suit for the final day? I know Andy does it, and I think Ross has done it as well, so don't want to overuse it. Any news on Mahrez or Firmino? We still have nothing yet on either of those. I think Mahrez will start. I think the lineup and who we know does start and doesn't start does leave it fairly open for Mahrez to start, unless they play Bernardo Silva out on that wing. But to play Bernardo Silva without... to play a front three of... To play a front three which has Bernardo Silva... Alvarez, and then who's going to be left wing? Probably Foden. It's not great, is it? Should you start Mahrez? I would definitely start Mahrez. Any news on Wilson? We got nothing on Newcastle yet. No. Saka to Rashford or Foden? I'd probably go Rashford. Haaland for Harry Kane? Yes, it's going to be a very, very popular move. Okay, it sounds pretty reliable that there's no Haaland, so remember to leave a like as well. That would be fantastic. Forced to start Pinnock with Shaw and Moreno injured. Worth a transfer. No Haaland and Mac 10 and Matoma looking unlikely too. Then no, I'd probably just play Pinnock. I don't think defensive transfers are worth a hit this week. Matoma, we have nothing on Brighton yet. Is Trossard, again, we have nothing on Arsenal yet. If you're 9 points up in your mini league, tips are staying ahead. I try and minimise hits. Do your best to get 11 starting players out and minimise the amount of hits that you're going to have to take. Brighton, nothing reliable. We're nothing reliable. Yeah, could do with some Brighton news. But I don't think we've ever had Brighton news. I feel like we've never known. Okay. Rashford news. Yeah, Rashford starting. We know Rashford. Does Wilson start? We don't know. Imagine Sanchez starts over Steele. Steele could not play, but it won't be Sanchez that starts in goal. It will be whoever their other keeper is, because it's pretty certain that Sanchez's time at Brighton is up and he won't be playing again. Bruno starts, no Shaw. I don't know where we think we're pretty certain on Shaw, but we don't know on Bruno yet. Great job this season. Thank you. You almost won me the mini league after being way behind at Christmas. That's what we like. Bruno starts. Don't know where this has come from. Please tag me on Twitter. And if it's that Heisenberg tweet, he is very, it feels like someone's just DM'd him the team. That to me doesn't scream a reliable source, but news source could be complete rubbish. But here we go. So it just doesn't know if they're reliable or not. I could send, so if I sent him a tweet, that it would just get tweeted out. Martial's not starting. That team sheet to me doesn't scream reliable, to be honest. But which is why I'll take it down pretty quickly. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think that's necessarily that reliable. Haaland to Kane done. When's the deadline? Not for an hour and 26 minutes. Will Stone start? I don't know on John Stones. Probably looking at the players who haven't travelled, but yeah, I'm not trusting that tweet. Start Steele or Raya. I'd go Steele. You was 4 million not too long ago. Now up to 300k. That's what we love to hear. Great climb at the end of the season. Is it worth a hit with only one transfer and 1 point lead on your mini league? If you're selling players that don't start, then yes. If you're selling players that don't start, then yes. That's the thing with hits this week. If you are selling a player that doesn't start, then yes, potentially you could do them, even for a hit. But I try and minimise the amount of players that you are selling from your team if they do start. It feels like this week, just make sure you're getting 11 starters out, which feels like it might be a little bit easier than maybe we thought with the likes of Rashford starting. Well, actually, Edison. It's nice that I've got a goalkeeper this week. It's very nice that I've got a goalkeeper this week. Captain Alvarez, maybe. It's not a bad punt at all. I quite like it. Is De Gea starting? We don't know. That lineup, which we don't really think is reliable, does have De Gea in it. It does have De Gea in it. Is Saka fine? So Saka's meant to be in the squad. We don't know if he's going to start, though, yet. I think he probably will, but we don't actually know that yet. Keep Watkins or sell him. I'd play Watkins. I think Villa will win that game today. You have Addison and Kepa. Should I get Pickford? You have Alisson and Kepa. Should I get Pickford? I mean, let's hear if Kepa starts today. Kepa may well start today, but we'll see. Everyone's like, Harry, check this person on Twitter. Harry, check that person on Twitter. Apparently Rico Lewis does start. Is Alvarez starting? I can only say he probably does. We don't actually have a tweet that says Alvarez starts, but if Haaland doesn't start, Alvarez should be starting in his place. Mahrez, we don't know. Keep Isaac or sell him. I'd probably end up keeping him. Whether he actually starts in my team or not, I don't know. Am I planning to play Isaac this week? It'll be him versus a Brighton midfielder that I have to pick, and it might depend on if the Brighton midfielders start or not. Kepa or Raya? Yeah, I'll probably play Kepa. News on Mahrez? Nothing yet. I'm not sure where people are hearing about Mitoma. That leaked lineups on Twitter I don't feel like it's reliable. I'm sure I've seen them before. Get it wrong. Any chance of Gundogan starting? Yeah, Gundogan could well start. We don't know anything on it yet. But Ederson, yes, Ederson is starting. Akanji news. Akanji didn't travel with the squad apparently. It's Alvarez starting. Well, if Haaland doesn't start, then surely means that Alvarez is going to start. Why don't I get Alvarez instead of Isaac? So I have 2 free transfers and I haven't used either of them yet. So there may well be time for Alvarez to come into my lineup before the deadline. Triple captainship, best option, probably Salah or Kane. You could go Rashford as well. If Rashford's going to play out front at home to Fulham on the final day, I don't dislike that either. -4 for Kane replacing Haaland, probably yes. Solanke or Enciso. Enciso did pick up a knock, so I might be favouring Solanke there, although we don't know if Enciso is going to start or not today. Would I take a punt on any Leeds midfielders? If I did, it would probably be Rodrigo. Solanke or Enciso. Yeah, I'd probably go Solanke. Salah news is the still thing we're waiting on is something on Liverpool and something on Newcastle as well. It's crazy how early these teams are coming out. I'm surprised they're out this early. Kane or Alvarez, I probably would go Kane out of the two. Probably would still just favour Kane because away at Leeds is better than away at Brentford, in my opinion. Best forward under 4.7 million. Evan Ferguson, if he's going to start, one of the Brighton forwards. 4.7. Yeah, Enciso and Ferguson are the two you could afford. None of the others really start. So you have to pick one of those and hope they play. Yeah. Apparently Iheanacho starts up front alongside James Maddison and Harvey Barnes. Love your vids and advice every week, Harry. No problem. I appreciate the support. Why not start Solanke? I mean, I could start Solanke, but it'd be him versus Isaac. Just Everton are fighting for everything, and they might only end up needing a point. I think that game will be quite cagey. McAllister or Mitoma for Eze. I'm just waiting to know if we hear of anything about whether Mitoma and McAllister end up starting today. Because if they don't, then they're the ones to sell. Wrong section. Oh. Thank you. Haaland to Kane, yes. Part of potentially my plan, yes. Isaac to Iheanacho. I wouldn't, because Iheanacho has had some early subs recently. He has had some early subs recently. At what time will I confirm my transfers? I don't know. And I might not even confirm them on stream as well, because I know I've got a certain member who is certain viewer who is trying to beat me on the final day. I do have a special image as well if I decide to. If I want to hide my screen. Did Haaland travel? Apparently yes, but apparently he's not starting. But it does mean that Haaland might be on the bench. Thoughts on Dalot, Harry? I think he's meant to be starting. God, there's so much going on. Yeah, Dalot is meant to start. Not worried that Haaland could haul. Yes, but I think everyone will sell him on the final day if he's not starting. How reliable was Haaland not starting? There are a lot of sources saying it. Don't give it away then. Yeah, I might not. I don't think I will, but it'll be pretty clear who I'm going to buy in when we get close to the deadline, I think, but I might not show it exactly on stream. Madison or Odegaard or other? Probably Odegaard. Well, if Madison's going to start in the front three, then maybe that's a good punt, given they need something on the final day. So maybe you'd go with him. Keep your team private. Any news on Diego Dalot? Apparently he starts, and apparently there is no start for Luke Shaw on the other side. Apparently there is no Luke Shaw. In the Manchester United lineup. Firmino, good option. I do think he'll start, but we have nothing on Liverpool yet, and that is quite crucial because it will impact captaincy. I'm waiting for him to copy his transfers. Exactly. Start Matoma or Diego Dalot. Probably Dalot. Short out. Dalot starts from FPL Osama. Yeah, well, I think that's been quite widely publicised. Any team news on Mahrez? We have nothing yet. We'll still start. Probably Rodrigo starting. We don't know. He is flagged. The thing is with Rodrigo, I really like him as a punt, but I think we're unlikely to hear before the deadline about whether he's fit enough to be back and available for Leeds. So Iheanacho, yes. Garnacho, also yes. Good idea to start Evan Ferguson. Yes. I probably would. I don't know what his squad's like, but I think there's not enough other good options that I would be benching him this week. Best defender to buy. So those are my short list of defenders down here. Start Castagna or Botman for sure. Probably Castagna. Do I know if Gundogan starts? No, so he's not on the list yet. Any Newcastle? Yeah. So Newcastle we don't have, and Liverpool we don't have as well. So those are the two teams that we are waiting for. Really, like we've got Liverpool, Newcastle, and Brighton. Sorry, those are the three teams that we are waiting for. Salah starting? Yeah, we don't know. Salah starting? We don't know. Jota worth the risk? Do I think Jota's going to start? I don't think Jota is worth the risk. I definitely wouldn't be buying him. If you've got him, you may want to keep him, but Martial apparently doesn't start. But why do I think Tsimikas is a good option? Because Robertson's had a knock, and And if Robertson doesn't start, then I think Tsimikas will start in his place against Southampton on the final day. So maybe I'll put... Will Tierney start? I think he will. It's his final Arsenal game by the looks of things. What about Rashford as captain? Yeah, I like Rashford. Definitely a good captaincy option, especially if he's going to play up front. My worry is he doesn't necessarily play 90. Tierney 100% starts. Tierney is not necessarily starting. None of these players are... They're not all guaranteed to start. They're just players that I'm considering buying into my team. They're just players I'm considering buying into my team, but I don't know if they all start or not yet. Isaac or McAllister? Probably McAllister. It's close though. It's a decision I've got to make close to the deadline, I think. Man United lineup. Well, we know Rashford starts. We think Bruno starts, and we think there's no Luke Shaw, and we think Dalot and De Gea both start. But it sounds quite predictable. Is there any Arsenal team news? Yeah, we don't have that yet either, actually, so we can add them to the list. Is Haaland really not starting? Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like we've got any Haaland minutes. Well, he's on the bench, apparently. Please drop a like on the stream if you have not already as well. I appreciate all the support so far this season. Sorry, this stream feels like a little bit all over the place. We are also less than 100 subscribers. We are 28 subscribers away from hitting our goal of 57,000 for the stream. There are definitely that many people, 27 of you, who are not subscribed. There are definitely that many of you who aren't subscribed. Team News and Ticks has also just confirmed on Instagram that Haaland doesn't start as well, so... You got Alvarez and Kane in place of Isaac and Haaland. Who's the best captain? I mean, probably Salah still against that Southampton defence. If Mitoma is benched, thoughts on Mitoma, Haaland to Kane, Eze? Mitoma, Haaland to Kane, Eze. Yes, good moves. Good moves, especially if they're for free. Yeah, apparently there's no Van Dijk either. Apparently there was no Van... It doesn't look great for the Liverpool clean sheet, to be honest, looking at this, but... Alexander-Arnold, we have nothing on Trent or Liverpool yet. Why am I starting Isaac over Trippier? Because as a Chelsea fan, I have a little bit of doubt that this team might not be completely awful every single week, and we might actually score. Basically... Firmino punt, yes, Firmino I like. To be fair, Firmino should probably be on my list of forwards that I quite like. I probably won't buy Firmino, but we can add him to the list. Alvarez in for a Wilson from -4. I probably wouldn't, unless we hear that Wilson doesn't start. Foden plays. What I think about him. We don't know Foden, but he's a good option. Any City attacker is good if we know they start. Son or a Liverpool mid, not Saka, not Salah. To be honest, the only one I'd buy is then probably Gakpo if we hear that he starts. Gundogan, we know nothing. We don't know anything about the players that aren't on this list at the moment. What's the bandwagon for Eze? He's playing at home to Nottingham Forest. Final day of the season. There should be goals. His numbers are really good and his output has been really good as well. So I do quite like the look of Eze. We can have a look at transfers in so far. Trent's got a lot. Eze's got loads. 500,000 transfers in. Kane and Alvarez has also got a lot. Those are players I'm definitely considering. So Haaland and Martial for Kane and Watkins for a -4, or Haaland and McAllister for Kane and Eze. You already have Alvarez. I would just do Haaland to Kane for now, and then we can wait and hear if we get any news on Brighton. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. We have 2 new bits. So Julian Alvarez starts. Edison starts. Haaland does not start. Of course, we know that. But Garnacho and Malacia start. Which means there's going to be no Luke Shaw as well. So Alvarez does start. And yeah, that's not good for Malacia. That's not good for Shaw even. No, Malacia is starting. It's not good for Luke Shaw. Yeah, Hennessy is also going to be in goal for... Hennessy is also going to be in goal for Nottingham Forest. Fred and Harry Maguire start, apparently. Thank you all for tagging me on Twitter. It's much easier for me to see these things. I appreciate it. Fred and Maguire also start. Andy loves a punt on Maguire. Maybe he'll go there again on the final day. Is Mahrez starting? We don't know. We don't know on Mahrez. Everyone get Kane for Haaland. Yes, it'll be very popular. Alvarez captain. Probably not, just because away at Brentford is a difficult fixture. So I probably wouldn't captain him. Sorry, there is more. This is chaos, and it's so far away. What formation is that? Walker, Ake, Laporte, Gomez, Lewis, Phillips. What? How does that, like, what is that? Who's playing where? Like, I understand it's one of these is probably just playing midfield. Like, Lewis might just be midfield, and that's fine, and that probably works, but maybe Lewis is just playing further up the pitch. So let's add Foden, Mahrez, Alvarez, Ake, Laporte, Foden, Mahrez, Alvarez. We can add Palmer in there as well. Palmer's an interesting punt. Lewis in midfield, yeah, and still a back four behind him. Yeah. Foden midfield. That team makes you want Alvarez less. Interesting. It feels like Alvarez is just the main, like, attacking person in that team now. There is me publicising that Andy's gone live. If you are going to go and watch Andy, please make sure you've liked and subscribed before you go. That would be much appreciated. But Andy is live. How about Solanke for Haaland? Solanke's probably not a striker that I'd buy just because they are away at Everton, and Everton are one of the teams that do need something on the final day, and they can be good defensively as well. So Oh, Gundogan. That didn't include Gundogan. Did it? That didn't include Gundogan. You're here for the long run. Love it. Brentford strong at home. It's true. It's true. But there's that number of transfers in is going to get bigger and bigger for... Just need a new tab. What was I looking at? Stats by game week transfers in. Eze the most. Alvarez currently has 178,000, but those Alvarez 180,000, Kane 280,000 numbers are going to go up and up. Look at FPL reports. If he's not in these lists, I'm unlikely to think they're very reliable. Yeah, aren't reliable. Yeah, they just delete tweets that they get wrong. No, nothing on Brighton or Liverpool yet. The two teams that I still feel like we need. Can I afford to take any hits if down 15 in your mini league? Well, you've got to make sure you're getting at 11 players if you're going to try and get up that many points on the final day. It might be difficult, but you've got to make sure you're getting 11 out. So hits are not necessarily out of the question for you there. Rodrigo or Rashford? Rashford. What about Haaland, Grealish out, Salah, Alvarez in? Yes, nice couple of moves. Again, we don't know anything on Liverpool yet, so it's probably worth bearing in mind that we might hear on that. And Salah's not guaranteed to start. Newcastle, we hear nothing yet. Being with you January and not going anywhere. Love it. Thank you, Steve. Son or Maddison? Probably Son. McNeil overlooked. Apparently he's playing at wing back again today, which is not where you want him. Can I show your notebook? Here we go. Apart from Rashford, your whole squad is away. Yeah, mine's the same. I got Fernandes as well, but apart from that. But the transfers, well, I'd say the transfers in are going to be at home, but not all of them. Shaw's benched. Yeah. If Salah's out, what are my moves? I'll probably... I mean, I might end up... No, I'd probably sell him for Eze and then get Kane in. Get Kane in for Solanke and then sell Haaland probably to Alvarez. If we hear Salah doesn't start, where's my notebook? Will Haaland even play? So apparently he's on the bench. So apparently he's on the bench. Is Dalot starting? Yes. 1 hour to go. That is true. 1 hour to go until the final deadline of the season. 1 hour to go to the final one. Brighton Liverpool leaks, please. I know we're waiting on them. We're waiting on them. 60 minutes to go until the final deadline of the season. I could really do with knowing if Isaac starts up front on his own and there's no Wilson, I'll probably end up keeping him. Who am I going to captain if Salah doesn't start? I would be tempted by Rashford. The only thing is I don't think Rashford gets the full 90. Whereas I know that someone like Kane will, so it might end up being Harry Kane. It could then even be Alvarez as well. But if Salah starts, it'll be on Salah. How reliable is Heisenberg? Not recently, normally very reliable, to be fair. Let me put a poll in the chat. Arsenal use still nothing, so we have nothing on Liverpool, Newcastle. This is my little cheat sheet for you all that we can keep everything nice and compact. Bruno or Son? Probably Bruno. As a captaincy, he's number 5 in my captaincy ranking just because I like the fixture. Forest are with their third choice goalkeeper in goal. Forest have just secured safety, but I think he's a good pick this week, and in that case, he means he's a good captaincy because he's a good 1 week punt. When I'm making the Haaland move, just closer because it might depending on what happens with Salah, it might change things a little bit. It's Kepa starting. We don't know that. We don't know any Chelsea yet. We don't know anything on Chelsea yet. So nothing more. We need Brighton. We need Newcastle. Matoma is benched. A few people are saying that in the chat, and I've seen no one reliable on Twitter tell me that Matoma is going to be benched. Jesus or Firmino? Probably Jesus. If you guys are going to say Matoma's benched, please tag me on it on Twitter because I haven't seen it anywhere. And if that's the case, then I don't know whether you're just trying to be nice and let me know, or you're trying to be annoying. Both are possible. Yeah, FPL Goat just tweeted Leeds. He did, but Rodrigo starts in it. But it is a back 5. But it does have Rodrigo in. Shaw seen entering Old Trafford, yeah, but apparently he doesn't start. Can Edison start? Yes. Shaw to Trent for -4. Let's wait in case we hear anything on Liverpool. Please tag me and stuff on Twitter, as well as if you want to put it in the chat. Okay, but please tag me in it. Yeah, please tag me in it. Chaël. Shaw to Arnold for a -4. Yeah, again, let's wait on Liverpool news. Kane or Alvarez? I still think Kane's a better pick than Alvarez. Matoma benched. Is he? We don't know that. Just transferred out McAllister. Is Stone starting? No, Stones is not. I'm not sure where these people are getting Liverpool news from. Please tag me in it. Shaw's replacement, apparently it is Malacia. A Salah start is critical, yes. What teams are in? So this is the news we have that is reliable so far. Do we have... Is Robertson starting? No, but I doubt it. We don't have anything on Newcastle either. Nope. Stones replacement. So here are the defenders that I like this week. Tierney, Tsimikas, Tarkowski, probably the defenders that I'm looking at this week. The question is, if I get another defender benched in a Stupinan or Trent, or even Trippier, well, if it's Trippier, to be honest, I play Botman. If I get Trent or a Stupinan benched, do I just play Botman, or do I go for another defender? That's the question. What do I do if we get another defender benched? Because then Botman will be coming in, and I don't really want double Newcastle defence away at Chelsea. But is a defensive transfer really worth a -4 on the final day? Like, over just playing Botman? Probably not. Any news on Kane and Newcastle? No, we got nothing on Kane or Newcastle yet. So, if one of those is... So, if Haaland's... So if Haaland goes and I go to Kane, I could do Solanke to Alvarez. And if Matoma doesn't start, I could do Matoma to Eze. But that would be a -4. That would be a -4. It's not except if he's attacking, which... I don't know whether the defensive -4 would be worth it. I don't know if defensive -4 would be worth it. That would be a minus, but then I'd be benching. I'd still be benching Isaac in that situation as well. So, do we know if Matoma starts? We do not know anything on Brighton yet. Thank you all for 1,000 likes on this stream. We also... The Liverpool stuff is nothing reliable. Thank you as well. We've hit 57,000 subscribers. Thank you all very much. Appreciated. Thank you for the support. It's been an incredible season. Honestly, the channels are amazing. Like, I love getting home, recording videos, doing the live streams as well. It's the best highlight of my week, particularly the streams with you all. Definitely the highlight of my week. And to go from... We started pre-season on 17k subscribers to now be 57,000 is crazy. So thank you all. Little interlude to have a little moment, but I appreciate all the support. Massively appreciated. We'll be back again as well to do it all again next season. There'll be a little bit over the next month or so for members. But it won't be very much. It'll be just like transfers and stuff. But yeah, we will be back again to do it all over again in the summer. Jesus, captain, probably not. Is Gundogan starting? Apparently he's not. You think this is Son's game? Then if you think this is Son's game, then go for it. Any other forwards? Yeah, Jesus, Firmino, I like as well. Do we need Liverpool and Brighton news ASAP? We do. Haaland to Kane and Matoma to Foden for a -4. Yes, moves I like. Palmer needs more love. Palmer's not a bad one, but I just don't know how much I rely on him. I mean, he's a 4.2 midfielder. If you're looking for a cheap midfielder this week, then Cole Palmer could be the man you need. Could be the man you need. Why not put Rodrigo on the starting list? Yes, that's true. -4 chasing. So the hits, like, I wouldn't worry too much about the hits depending on your position, but I would probably think about it. You need to try and get as many starters out this week. That if you've got a player not starting and you think there's a big player that you can get to, like if Haaland's not starting, I think Haaland to Kane, for example, is worth it because there's enough upside on Harry Kane and he'll be a big transfers in. If we go back to this, so we had 280 and 180. They might not have updated it. It doesn't update. Yeah, like it's once an hour or something. Why Salah over Kane for the captaincy? I mean, Salah's playing a Southampton team that have got literally nothing to play for. So, literally got nothing to play for. If you're certain on Kane, why not do it now? True, I could do Kane now. I mean, Kane's not actually guaranteed to start, but I can't see him not starting in what must be his... Well, don't want to offend anyone, but... Don't want to offend anyone, but I do think it's probably his final game for Spurs. Could do with Brighton. If we hear that there's no Salah, I'll probably do the same, but I'll sell Salah to Eze, and then I'll just bench a Brighton mid or bench Isaac. I'll bench one of those, I think. Any KDB news? Yeah, apparently no De Bruyne in the squad. Apparently no Gundogan in the starting lineup either. Arsenal use, nothing on Arsenal yet. No one is talking about bringing in Rashford. Is it because they all own him? Basically, yes. Andy's pushing the Maguire agenda. It wouldn't be game week 38 if Andy wasn't pushing a Maguire agenda. Love it. Matoma benched. Like, there are unreliable sources saying that. Very unreliable. So I'm not believing it until I see something a little bit more, I don't think. But, like, to be very transparent, if I get to the position that I need to sell a Brighton midfielder, and that's all we've got to go off, it will probably end up Mitoma that I end up selling just because of that. But I don't think it's particularly reliable. Would I start Wan-Bissaka or Trippier? I'd probably go Trippier because Wan-Bissaka is not in the Manchester United predicted lineup or league lineup, whatever we want to call it. Best differential mid in 100k other than Eze and Garnacho. The Arsenal mids is probably the only other place I'd go, but they are going to be big differentials this week. They are going to be big differentials. Shaw to who from -8. I'm not sure a defensive hit is really worth it this week. I know it's pretty boring, and I know there's going to be some better... there's going to be some better defenders out there, but I just don't think Shaw out for a hit is worth it. P-Man, thank you for joining as a base tier member. I hope you enjoy the members only stuff that we are going to have over the summer as well. A little bit of discussion on transfers and everything like that. For anyone who doesn't know how to join, if you go onto the page on YouTube, you have this little join button here. You have this little join button here, which if you click, you get the 2 tiers of memberships. I'm going to have to record that video again, but thank you for joining. And it's cheaper than Super Chats as well, plus you get all the members only stuff. There's more stuff coming from members next season as well. So Matoma to Mahrez or go shorter 6.6 defender. The Mahrez one is much bigger upside if we hear something a little bit more that Matoma isn't starting, but... Garnacho or Bruno. I still go Bruno. It depends what you need, right? If you're chasing, then please go Garnacho. Garnacho is such an exciting punt who's very selfish on the ball and very direct. He's a great pick, but Bruno's much safer. Depends what you need on the final day. Are you chasing or are you trying to hold rank? Plus, there's a big difference in money, and it might depend on what you can do with the remaining bit of money. Kane. Sorry, we're back. Back. Fiona, thank you for joining as a mid-tier member. Send me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you added to the group chat as well. Haaland and McAllister/Matoma to Kane and Foden for free. Haaland and McAllister-Matoma, yes, I probably would. Interesting you're going Foden over Mahrez. Pretty close between the two, to be honest. Foden will be the lower owned of the top of the two. Will Konate start? Well, it doesn't sound like Van Dijk is starting, so I'd be surprised if they leave Konate out as well. Finally, FPL content crew not wearing a suit for the final day. I could have worn one, but I just thought everyone else was doing it and I didn't want to, why aren't I in a suit like the other content creators? Are they all doing it? I know Ross is and I know Andy is, but are the others doing it as well? The others doing it as well. Yeah. No, I think it's just the two of them. Wilson or Isaac? I mean, Wilson's definitely been the better pick. FPL suits are lame. FPL Vitoma. Who are these people that are suddenly coming out of the woodworks with? Harry's a tracksuit manager. No, if I was a football manager, I'd definitely wear a suit. I would definitely wear a suit. His rank speaks for itself. There we go. That's what we love to hear. Right. Shaw to Trent for a -4. Yes, but let's just wait in case we hear Liverpool. We normally hear Liverpool before the deadline. We normally hear Liverpool stuff before the deadline. You tagged me in something, Eze or Mahrez. I'd probably go Eze. Just the fixture, like Man City are good, but Man City are good, but it is a much more difficult fixture for them. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. It is a difficult fixture for them. Is Alvarez starting? Yes. Sorry, let's go back to the notepad and leave that up for you all. Hope this is useful. 164,000 getting Matoma out. These numbers haven't updated as well. Like, Kane's gone way up. It's an extra 30,000 in for Kane. That's it's an extra 20,000 in for Alvarez. Like, Eze's going to be crazy highly owned as well. I really need Brighton. We really need Brighton. You tagged me on something on Twitter. I didn't see it. Weird. It's not showing up. Thanks on 57k subs. Thank you very much, Ivan. Hope you have a great summer as well. Who do I think starts up top for Chelsea? Please don't buy any Chelsea players. I have no idea. I think it'll probably be Havertz, but I don't know. Matoma out, McAllister in. I wouldn't do that. If I'm selling Matoma, I'd go elsewhere from Brighton. Harry, do you have a girlfriend? My mum is asking for my sister. She is a Chelsea fan. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Although she's a Nottingham Forest fan, so a Chelsea fan would be much better. What are my current thoughts on my team? Yeah, Haaland will go, and I'll probably bring in both Kane and Alvarez, but... Oh, it's by Sam. Yeah, I've seen all the stuff from Sam. Looks like Maddison is starting. Yes, we knew that already. Rashford or Eze? I'd buy Rashford over Eze. I think I'm gonna end up taking a -4 this week. I think I'd be surprised if I don't end up on a -4. The Newcastle and Brighton team use could change that. Kane for Haaland, yes. God, right, we're flying past. We've only got 40 minutes to go now until the deadline. Sunlight, what time's the deadline? Oh, it's already in subscriber only mode. If you aren't subscribed already, please make sure you do so. Please make sure you do so again. We'll be back again very early with all the pre-season content. Plenty to come there. There'll be members-only stuff over the summer as well. And we'll be trying to get another top finish. I really hope that I don't blow the top 1K today. I am 16 points inside the top 1K. But if I take a -4, that's then 12. Maybe 13 with the amount of hits that's going to be taken. Any news on... Yeah, Stones apparently not starting. Will we get news on Isaac? I'm not sure we've ever had Newcastle news pre-deadline. Captain Salah or Kane? Captain Salah or Kane? Probably Salah for me. Top 3 must-haves this week. There aren't really. Like, I'd want Eze, I'd want Alvarez, and I'd want Kane. And I don't know any of them at the moment. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Favourite striker to go alongside Kane? Probably Alvarez. Age?
Yeah?
Apparently there's no Gundogan.
Oh.
So you might just want to bench him. Ollie has Gundogan in her lineup. Doesn't look good for him. Wasn't in the lineup. Ooh. Mac 10 or Matoma. Again, so we're apparently hearing that Matoma's not starting, but we don't actually know. You expect that Newcastle next year, the team we need agents on. It's true. She exists. She does. Am I going to the FPL meetup? I am. So Chelsea are at home today. So I'm going from this stream. I'm going to watch Chelsea play Newcastle with my brother. And then potentially, it depends what time that meetup goes on to. Because normally by the time I get there after going to the game, it's very late. It's very late. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to the Chelsea game first. Matoma to a 7.3 mid for a -4. You have Mahrez, Salah, Rashford, Bruno. No Manchester United slot. Can you go to Eze? Don't want McAllister or Eze. You're chasing rank. Then maybe one of the Arsenal mids, if we get news of who starts there. You have no Manchester United slots, so you can't go Garnacho. But it probably leaves the Manchester United options. Donna Vang, thank you for joining as the base tier member. The good thing about joining as a base tier member now, it is only $1.99 a month, and you're probably thinking it's a stupid time to join as a membership. And that's probably right. But over the next month, the members-only content, which is normally going to be only mid-tier and above, I will publish it to all membership tiers until we get the FPL game coming back, and until the streams start up again, it'll be for everyone. So base tier will get mid-tier content for a month or so, maybe 2. Try and fill the gap between now and the FPL returning. There will be a little bit. Does Bruno start? Apparently. Kane for Haaland for a -4. Yeah, well, I probably would. Bruno Fernandes starting, yes, apparently. Can I put all content on YouTube, please? So next season there'll be more. All the stuff will stay the same. Don't worry. There'll be the same amount for everyone, but I'll be starting to do a little bit more on top, which will be members only. Start Solanke versus Isaac. Probably Isaac. Selling Solanke or Wilson. I'll probably sell Solanke before I sell Isaac, is the plan at the moment, because I just think that at least Newcastle do have something to play for. In theory, if Manchester United drop points and they win, they will get top 4. Liverpool goalkeeper, apparently it's not Alisson. That's all we know. We don't actually know, but it will probably be Kelleher, or however you pronounce his name, because it's his last lineup, last match at Liverpool. Sorry, that account is... I don't even see where he says it either. Anyway. Should I sell Watkins? No, I think Watkins is a decent option for the final day. Sorry, right, I'm back in the room. Would I rather buy Eze or Alvarez? Probably Eze. We have nothing on Brighton. We have nothing on Liverpool. We have nothing on Newcastle either, for those asking in the chat about those teams. We still have half an hour to go until the deadline. I should probably start making some transfers. But, like, in theory, we might hear Harry Kane doesn't start. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but... Maddison is starting, yes. So Kevin De Bruyne is not. Apparently not. This is, again, I'm just trying to accumulate all the information we get on Twitter into one useful page for you. Plus my short list of players by position as well. Am I going to do my transfers? I will do my transfers, but I just want to know the players I'm bringing in. I know who I'm selling, I think, but I don't necessarily know the players I'm bringing in are going to be starting, so... You think a crash will happen? Be careful. Yes, it probably won't happen until closer to the deadline, though. But yes, move your captaincy armbands off Haaland already. Newcastle news: we have nothing yet. Taiwo or Gibbs White? I just think Forest have been so good, but going away to Palace on the final day with I think some of the players that maybe came up from the Championship with Forest might be given a game now, because they kind of deserve to play after they got them into the Premier League, but they didn't because they bought so many players. So we might see a lot of those new players who came up with them starting. So I think there might be a bit of Forest rotation. We know that in goal it's going to be Hennessy in goal. Nothing on Brighton. Still no. De Gea or Kepa? I'd definitely start De Gea over Kepa. Captain Kane or Salah. It will be Salah for me, I think. Eze or Alvarez? Eze. Is it actually Van Dijk on the bench? Yes. Well, apparently he hasn't travelled. Apparently Van Dijk and Alisson didn't even travel. For an alternate captain, chasing 10-point lead, Alvarez or Eze. I probably would go Eze. I just think the fixture is much better for him. I think I'm going to have to end up getting Eze in as well. These transfers in, sorry, I'm trying to do so many things at once on this stream. Best replacement for Jackie Grealish. Best replacement for Grealish. Eze. Garnacho. Eze's ownership is going to be so high. Everyone's like, oh, Eze's differential. Eze's differential. Eze will not be a differential come the deadline. He's about to break 500,000 transfers in as well. Haaland replacement. Oh, I need to charge my phone. Is it Kelleher who starts? We don't actually know, but I presume so. Will we go Haaland to Kane now? We can pretty much do it now. One of the transfers done, I think. I might hide the rest of them, but I think Haaland to Kane is going to be so obvious that it's a move that I'm going to do. So yes. How long before team news? Well, we have a reasonable amount of it already. We are waiting on a few other teams. We are waiting on a few other teams. Anyone punting McNeil or Gray? Those of you punting on Everton, beware that McNeil is playing at wing back today. Haaland out for -4 might backfire. I mean, it could do, but I think the upside is there for his replacement. Like, I could bench, but like if I think that one of McAllister and Matoma is not going to start, if I think that one of them doesn't, like I can easily sell one and bench the other. Like I could do this and sell Matoma, sell Solanke, sell Haaland and play like that. Haaland replacement, you have Kane and Alvarez. Haaland replacement, you have Kane and Alvarez. If your front three is Haaland, Kane, Alvarez, where would I go? Like maybe Jesus, maybe Firmino would probably be the other two that I'd want to look at. Salah starts apparently. We don't know anything. I haven't seen anything reliable, and this thread of reliable accounts. I don't know if you guys watch. I don't know if you guys watch FPL Family, but they are on the final day. Not only are they basically level on points, one of them is a Spurs fan and one of them is a Liverpool fan. Lee is going with Salah captain. Sam is going with Kane captain for their own teams to decide who wins their mini league on the final day. Team news and ticks. If team news and ticks doesn't say that someone's bench, we're getting to the point where I need some mods in here. If you guys would want to be a mod for the channel, please can you send me a DM on Twitter as well? Because I need some more mods for next season, particularly with the amount of team news that we've got. particularly with the amount of team news that we've got. People are saying that Team News and Ticks has tweeted. Team News and Ticks hasn't tweeted. So Isaac or Alvarez. Alvarez. Start Wilson, Garnacho or McAllister. Garnacho. Salah captain is 2 NPC for me. I just want to finish inside the top 1,000. I know I'm being boring on the final day, and like I get that, and it's not the exciting transfers, but if I went like crazy with my transfers and I end up finishing outside the top 1,000 on the final day, I would never forgive myself. Should I do Haaland Alvarez? Yes, I would do that transfer. I would do that transfer, yes. How are the transfers in coming along? I don't know if it's updated again yet. No, it hasn't. Who's everyone selling? Like, what's the Matoma? They've both got equal kind of transfers out. Start Dunk or Mings. Probably Mings. Play the home keeper. Matoma will not start. We don't know this, but he has played a lot of minutes. But Matoma to Eze. Anyone know on Perisic? We have nothing on Spurs. We have nothing on Newcastle either. 23 minutes to the deadline. Where am I planning on selling for Eze? Probably a Brighton mid, but it would be for a hit, I think. Any Brighton Liverpool news? No, nothing yet. Eze or Foden? Eze. Eze or Garnacho? Eze is much more boring, but I would probably say Eze. But if you want to go for a real punt to chase someone down on the final day, I really like the Garnacho pick. Reminder, if you haven't liked and if you haven't subscribed as well, please do so. Again, this will be 3 back-to-back top 10k, top 4k finishes. If you want to be here for my journey again next season in FPL, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel. We have smashed past the 57,000 subscriber target. We are 160 over. You guys have been amazing this season. Ideal goalkeeper. If I was buying goalkeeper this week, I'd buy Pickford, Raya or Kepa. I'd probably play Kepa, but we're hoping to hear on Chelsea news before the deadline. Thoughts on Damari Gray? I mean, he might be playing up front if there's no Calvert-Lewin, which it doesn't look like it is. Right. I'm gonna do the. I think I'm gonna do Haaland, Harry Kane now. Harry, it's been a pleasure watching you this year. I appreciate it. You smashed it. Thank you so much. Kane or Alvarez? I still think Kane's a better pick than Alvarez. Start McAllister or Isaac. As a Chelsea fan, I'm a bit like, I just want to play Isaac because I know we're going to lose. We are getting close to the deadline, so transfer 1 has been made. We have gone. The obvious move has been made, which is Harry Kane in for Erling Haaland. It feels sad to sell Erling Haaland on the final day, but transfer has been done. We've done Harry Kane in for Erling Haaland. We have 18 minutes to go until the deadline, potentially making other moves as well, but I need some Liverpool news. Yeah, we need some Liverpool news, and we need some... Andy potentially has Liverpool news. Okay, well, I only really need it. Well, I need it for Trent, and I need it to know if Salah's going to start. Bobby Cap, it's written in the stars. He might end up getting an early sub though, as everyone applauds him off the pitch, is the only thing. But the same could happen for Salah as well. Differential captain chasing. Kane, I think, will not be that highly captained. Eze, I quite like. Manchester United, like Rashford. But he's still quite highly owned, is the only thing. Time is running out. Is Salah starting? We don't know on Liverpool or anything on Liverpool yet. Eze over Matoma or Watkins over Martial? Eze over Matoma or Watkins over Martial? Probably Eze over Matoma. Any news on Stones? Apparently he doesn't start. Apparently. Start Isaac or Haaland. Have Kane already. I'd probably start Isaac. People are saying Salah starts. I don't know where they're hearing this from. I don't know if Andy's got it. Do I have my headphones? I do. Right. Haaland to Kane for -4. Yes. Haaland to Kane for -4. I would do. Is Shaw starting? Apparently not. Edison or Steele? Probably Steele. Better for save points. Tierney for sure. If you've got a spare transfer, fine. Do a transfers. I've already done one. Is Lewis starting? Apparently, yes. Does Liverpool usually leak news? Yes. But it doesn't sound like necessarily we're getting any. Doesn't sound like we're necessarily getting any. Thoughts on Iheanacho? He's just had early subs is the only thing. And that would completely put me off him. There's enough other good forwards. Mr. Freezer, apologies. Did it again. Right. I might not show my last couple of transfers. They're probably not the most exciting, but they are... We will leave the memo notepad up here. They are like players I think are all on the list. Yes, it's just how many I end up doing and who I end up selling. United 11 is out. Does Alvarez start? Yes, Alvarez does. Apparently there is no John Stones. Is Saka starting? We have nothing on Arsenal. Nothing on Arsenal yet. So, let me do my second transfer. Matoma benched. We don't actually know if he's going to be benched or not. Salah, Trent, Jota starts apparently. Yeah, Andy's not 100% certain on his source though. Andy's not 100% certain on his source. But apparently it includes Salah. So, but I don't know if I trust it enough. Do I move my captaincy armband as well? Who takes Everton penalties? It may be Damari Gray. It may not be. It could be McNeil as well. Like, we don't know. You're guessing with that. Kepa or Raya? I'd probably start Kepa. Is Garnacho starting? Sorry, what has Sam tweeted about the Chelsea lineup? Leno or Iverson? Probably Iverson. I'd pick the player in that situation who's fighting for something. As I said, I'm not going to show my last 2 transfers of the season. I've made one. I've done Harry Kane, and I'm not showing what else I'm going to do because there is someone who is the same points to me, and if he beats me on the final day making his own transfers, then absolutely fine. Hats off to him. But Edison or Steele, I'd start Edison. No, I wouldn't. I'd start Steele. Any news about Stones? Apparently Stones is not starting. The thing is with the Brighton mids is they are playing Villa, who do need points. That is a difficult game for them. Now, Brighton are a great side, don't get me wrong, but do they have less to play for? Is there going to be rotation? So, yeah. Kepa or Raya? I'd start Kepa. Haaland to Kane is better than Kepa to Edison. Goalkeeper transfers are only worth it if they're a luxury. I'd rather play with 10 than take a -4 for a goalkeeper transfer. Brighton news, we have nothing yet. Varane news, apparently Varane doesn't start. Is Trippier starting? We don't know that either. Arsenal news, Firmino news, none of those. We have neither of those. Is Salah starting? Apparently yes. Is Stupinan? We have nothing on Brighton. Literally nothing on Brighton, nothing on Newcastle, nothing on Liverpool. He has Matoma, by the way. Oh, the rival, he also doesn't have Edison. Oh, no. He doesn't have Kepa. Yeah. FPL app going very slow. A crash is coming, you feel. Is it? How long have we got? We've only got 10 minutes. Still nothing on some of the big ones. Liverpool ESPN reporters saying that Firmino starts. I think that would be very realistic, but Haaland to Firmino if he starts. Have Kane already? Yes, he's on there along with Jesus as potential transfers in for me this week. What to do with Matoma? It's going to crash soon, people are saying. I need Newcastle. Any news on Jesus? Nothing. Nothing yet. Wilson to Alvarez for a total of -8. The United lineup is out. Wilson to Alvarez for a -8. Probably. Captaincy ranking, I've got Salah. It's basically the same apart from without Haaland at the top. Oh, sorry, the captaincy ranking will come round in just a moment. I'm being really, really useless as terms of a... Bench Solanke or Isaac. Bench Solanke or bench Isaac. I'd bench Solanke. Best bench order. Isaac, Trips, Botman. Isaac first, Trippier second, Botman third. Solanke to Alvarez for -4. Right, how long have we got? 8 minutes. Start Isaac. Solanke to Alvarez for -4. Yes. Start Isaac or McAllister. I'd probably start Isaac over McAllister. Stupinan or Shaw. Stupinan because we don't think Shaw is going to start. We don't think Shaw is going to start. Oh, we've just got nothing. What are the transfers in looking like? FPL side is under pressure. Don't delay. Right. Shaw out for -8 if the bench is weak. If so, who to have? Trent and Stupinan. The defenders I've got, all the potential transfers in are down here at the bottom. Rashford or Kane, captain. Rashford or Kane. I mean, I'm on Salah. I'd probably go Kane over Rashford. Could just do with knowing if Salah starts or not, because that captaincy could be a massive swing. Alvarez captain. Liverpool news, we've got nothing. Liverpool news, nothing. Alvarez captain, I don't dislike it at all. Nothing. Thank you for joining Hazik as a base tier member. Solanke to Alvarez, yes, I would do that. Eze or McAllister, Eze for a -4, probably. Why Kane over Rashford? Just more likely to play 90. I do still think they might rest Rashford for a little bit of the game. Salah is the overarching captain, followed by Kane. I still think Kane will be below 100% though. Haaland to Kane for a -4, yes. Leeds fighting, not going to concede a lot. I mean, they might need to attack. We have 4 minutes to go, 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes to go till the deadline. I'm just so surprised there's nothing on Liverpool. So surprised there's nothing on Liverpool. Trippier or Cher, I'd start Trippier. Fernandez or Solanke to start. Fernandez. Trent or Shaw. Trent. Why Kepa over Raya? Just probably better for saves. He is at home as well and he's not playing Manchester City. Salah starts according to FPL Heisenberg. Does he actually? According to this page, I'm not that reliable, but I think it's enough to keep everything as it is though. I'll keep refreshing this in case. It looks like Bruno's starting. It looks like Rashford's starting. It looks like the Manchester United. Please answer last super chat. Sorry, yes. Start Isaac or McAllister. I'd start Isaac over McAllister. Yes, I'd do that. Haaland to Kane, McAllister or Mitoma for Garnacho, Eze from -4. Yes, I'd probably sell Mitoma. I think it's pretty close about which of them start. To be honest, I think we're guessing at the point. Eze over Odegaard, probably. Thanks for your team. Wilson to Firmino, only for free, probably. Tierney or Simicast, probably Tierney. Does Stone start? Apparently not. Odegaard or Trossard. We have nothing on the Arsenal team, so I find it hard. I think Odegaard's more nailed, so I'd probably have to answer him. But if Trossard starts, then he could be a great pick. Salah always starts. He actually doesn't on the final day. There's been a reasonable amount of rotation on the final day, but... who's to play, McAllister or Stupinan? Probably McAllister. Mina or Simicast? Simicast. Last chance, and he can play Maguire at United. Farewell, surely. Is Matoma to Barnes good, or is there better options? I probably wouldn't go Barnes. I probably wouldn't. I'd go Eze, or I'd go Garnacho if you can. Kepa starts, apparently. I'm still going to go with Edison, I think. Still going to go with Edison, even if that is the case. Harry wanted to say thank you for your FPL content. No worries. We'll get into all of those in 2 minutes. We'll get into it in 2 minutes, but... yeah, apparently Kepa does start. Matoma, we don't know. We don't know anything on Brighton. Kane captain, you feel Liverpool lose. Well, we got 1 minute left to the deadline. Thanks for a great season. We'll get into all of that. Is Gundogan going to start? Apparently not. I'll put my team up in 1 minute's time and I'll tell you what I did with my team. Show your team there, mate. Do I think Chelsea will score? I mean, maybe, maybe not. I think I've got Trippier starting in my team. So Firmino or Alvarez? Probably Alvarez. Any news about Mitoma? Nothing on Mitoma. Nothing on Liverpool, really. 1 minute to go to the deadline. Go and lock your teams in. Go and lock your teams in. By the time I answer your questions and by the time I answer your questions and you go and do them, it will be past the deadline. So go and lock your teams in, please. And that is going to be the final deadline of the season. And this is how I line up on the final day. I took a -4 and I brought in Eze, I brought in Alvarez, and I brought in Harry Kane. I took out Dominic Solanke, I took out Erling Haaland, and I took out Mitoma for my final moves. I captained Mo Salah with a vice-captain on Marcus Rashford. I benched Luke Shaw, and I played Edison over Kepa. Quite template moves, I think. Team news is going to be crazy. We're going to stay live for a little bit longer, but that is how I ended up lining up for the final day. That is the end of the season, everyone. We are going to stay live for a little bit more. We are going to stay live, but if you are going to head off, I'll do it now and I'll do it again when I end the stream. A big thank you to you all for your support this season, for the views, the likes, the subscribes, everyone new, everyone who's joined over the... yeah, if you watch the stream, that was very predictable. Well, it was. I did say that was likely to be the case. But thank you all so much for your support. We will try and stay live until we get a bit more team news potentially. But yeah, thank you all. It's been crazy. I've enjoyed it so much. What a season it's been. Hopefully I can finish inside the top 1,000. That would be a great way to end the season. I hope you all get good ranks and good last weeks of the season. Another good score for you. Green arrows all the way. Win your mini leagues. Get those overall ranks that you need. But yeah, it's been crazy. Gameweek38 is always crazy as well. The team news came in much earlier than I thought it was going to do, but it did end up coming in. So yeah, there's not much more to say apart from thank you. I'll be back again in probably July when the game launches. Well, if the game launches in June, I'll be back in June as well. Thank you all for the kind words. Yeah, top 500 finish, but anything inside the top 1,000 would be great for me on the final day. Good luck to you all this week as well. I mean, weird season. It has been, but we've been there every step of the way. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. How close to the top 100 are you? Too far away to get it, sadly. Too far away to get it. But thank you all. It's been a great season. It has. 1/38 of it still to go. The final week. Do a walk along. I'll do a live stream from Stamford Bridge, shall I? Let's see if there's anything else coming out on Twitter. Let's see if there's anything coming out. Let me just tweet my team out, and then we'll get into potentially looking if we get any early team news. But so what did I do? I did Haaland and Solanke and Mitoma out. Kane, Alvarez, Eze came in. Salah, captain. There we go. Tweet that out. And I will pin it to my profile as well. Thank you all for the Thank you for the kind comments. If you guys are heading off again, we are going to stick around and see if anything more comes out, particularly on Brighton. Andy went for Andy sold Mitoma. Ooh. Thanks, Harry. Because of you, you won your league. That is great to hear. Thank you so much. First FPL season took a while to find you, but we'll be back next season. I appreciate it. All the best, Harry. Thanks for all the help this season. Good luck, everyone. Thanks, mate. See you next season. See you all next season. If you are heading off, enjoy your Sundays. Enjoy the football. Try to enjoy it rather than stressing about FPL. But I know I will be stressing about my FPL team today and for the rest of the afternoon as well while I'm watching my team lose, which is why I've got double Newcastle. Away at Chelsea. I mean, another season over. Double Newcastle away at Chelsea, and I'm going to watch it. Fantastic. First LPL season, you were such a big help throughout. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good luck, everyone. See you on the flip side. Goodbye to you all going. We'll start. What time is it? We'll start to get team news in about 10 minutes, but we might start to get anything else coming dripped fed. Cole Palmer starts. Calla in goal for Liverpool. Cole Palmer, yeah, we're not surprised. Isaac hat-trick incoming, I wouldn't hate that. I'm on triple Newcastle with Shaw out. Thanks. Top 100 next year. Nah. Yeah, no sign of De Bruyne, Grealish, Diaz, Ake, Stones and Foden Stones is in the squad, but apparently he doesn't start, but it's too late to do anything. Goodbye if you are going. Have a great day and enjoy your evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are, and whatever the timing is for you. Thanks for the help throughout the season, Harry. No worries at all. No worries at all. It has frozen my chat, though. What am I going to do throughout the off-season? Have a little bit of time off. Work on some graphics and do a little bit of members-only stuff. That is my plan. What is your best ever finish on FPL? Well, hopefully this one. Previously, it was 1,300 last year. So hopefully I need to beat that. What I should do a lessons learned before next season. Well, there's likely to be that video at some point. We didn't get any Brighton news. No, we didn't. We didn't get anything on Brighton. Felix wins the Golden Boot if he scores 33 goals. Crazy. Who wins, Team Sam or Team Lee? Team Lee. The members only stuff, it'll be nothing like all of the content you get now will still be there, don't you worry. It'll just be a little bit extra of like vlogging. I appreciate that, Manny. Best content. I appreciate it. There's a lot of good video and podcast content creators out there. What did Ross do? Haaland, Kane, Greenwood, Alvarez for -4. He started McAllister, benched and Ciso. He captained Salah, vice captain on Kane. He's also got Mahrez. Do I think Chelsea will score versus Newcastle? I think we have an okay chance. We did look okay in the game against United. We just didn't finish our chances very well. Is Salah starting? We don't know. The website's updating. Yep. Bucket list travel destination for the off-season. I'm going to Brighton. It's already booked. That's in a couple of weeks. Your heart is racing. Need to know if Max starts or not. Need to know if McAllister starts or not. Your heart is racing. If Ali Izat's in the chat, can you let me know what transfers you made? Are you excited for Nkunku? I mean, he's better than the goal scorers we have. Didn't even win the Golden Boot this year, despite missing half the season. Leaked lineup said McAllister start. Leaked lineups. That leaked lineup is not reliable, but it might end up being right. In which case they'll gain thousands of followers, but. But yes, excited to not chat FPL for a few months. Me too. I love it, but I am excited to have a little bit of time off. What time is it? 6 minutes until we might start getting something. Game is updating. A content gave me your best ever finish in FPL. You lost the plot and went Nketiah over Alvarez. Good luck. I hope he starts. I did think there was a chance he started, but with no news, it wasn't reliable enough for me to go and buy him. Wasn't reliable enough to go and buy him. Do I think Nkunku would be a great... It depends how much he gets priced at. I'm about doing stream afterwards with our girlfriend to see where she finishes up. She's like just outside the top 1 million going into today. You transferred Andreas Pereira to Dwight McNeil. Good luck to you. Here's to a good scoring final game week. Cheers. Cheers to that. Here's to... When do the fixtures come out? Not that long, like 3 weeks. When the fixtures come out, and then the game is probably 2 weeks after that. I probably won't do a video when the fixtures come out. Like, I could, but... Yeah. Taken a -8. Brought in Kane, Jesus, Garnacho, Iheanacho. Good luck to you. There's one person in the chat bought Nketiah. One of them has bought... my team. Salah starts, apparently. What do I think about Pochettino? What do I think about Poch? I think he's a good signing. I'm happy with him. I am happy with him. It's just could do some Brighton news. No, I like Poch. I think he'll be good. You hope Salah starts. Yeah, me too. That's what I'm looking for. That's why I keep refreshing this. But after the 3 red arrows in a row, it'd be great to end the season on a big green. Yes, wouldn't it just? Fixtures will come out on June the 15th. Yes, you hope Salah starts. Me too. I've got slow mode on, very slow. Right, I'm just desperate for the toilet. I'll be back in 1 sec. Next season prices will be really important. Yes, they messed some of them up this year. Everyone's always too cheap. I just want them to add like 500,000 onto everyone in the top 6, basically. Would be making it much more entertaining. You right?
Yeah.
You want to come say hello?
Hello. Where's the camera?
Here's the camera.
Hi. I am real.
What did you do with your team? Did you sell Gundogan
I put him on my bench.
for Gibbs White?
Yeah, I'm going to start a Forest player while I can.
Yeah. Well, you got it next year. You can own him. He'll go up in price next year, though.
True. And
'Cause you stayed.
and Johnson. I've triple captained Kane because I didn't play my triple captain. So.
Nice, exciting. You got a big last week.
Huh?
Big, exciting last week for you.
Very exciting. You were very stressed, weren't you?
Yeah, it was.
You're not actually a Chelsea fan anymore.
I got double Newcastle in my team today.
Oh.
Yeah. Excellent stream. Thank you. Yes, that is my girlfriend. Her name's Holly. So, have we got anything? Anything happened while I was away? When can we expect FPL to be updated? Live FPL, that happens once the game updates. That happens when the game updates. Match made in heaven. You wait, when there's Forest Chelsea on, it's not a match made in heaven, that's for sure. Stupinan or Trippier in the first 11. My wife, I'm not married yet. Stupinan or Trippier, I mean, it's a bit late to be changing your 11 around. How long have we got? That's 1:15, so we might start getting some news on. Has this got Raptor in? Is Rockstar in this one? Yeah, he is. We met at university. The chat on screen. Oh, tag YouTube in it, because that's not my fault that the chat freezes. It's really annoying. You're so close to bringing in Palmer. It was one of those things that if I didn't need, like, if I wasn't thinking about my rank, I would have considered buying Cole Palmer, but I just need Newcastle and I need Brighton. I need Newcastle, I need Brighton. What did I do at uni? I did business management. I studied business management and I went to Durham, which is in the north of England. I graduated 4 years ago. 3.5 years ago. God, that... No. Yeah. 3.5 years ago. 4, yeah, almost 4. There's no way my copycat has Isaac starting. I need to remember because he has different keepers to me. I think he doesn't own... I think his backup is different. I think he has Edison Raya. You're at Durham Uni right now. Oh, well, I hope you're enjoying it. My dad went there, my brother went there, and then I went there. It's sort of a family tradition. You forgot to bench Shaw. I mean, he might not come off the bench. The chances of him subbing on a left back feel pretty slim, but especially if he has a back problem. Havertz starts. Newcastle clean sheet confirmed. Get in. I mean, I should have started Botman as well. I feel like we might score. Right. Am I doing FPL full-time? No, I have a full-time job. I live in London. So I actually have a full-time job. So all the videos you see, all of that I do it in my free time. Matoma benched. Matoma and Estupiñán benched. McAllister starts. Oh, no. Oh, this means I'm going to get Botman. I'm going to start triple Newcastle away at Chelsea on the final day. There was no defender I would have taken a -4 unless Trent doesn't start, and then I'm really in the mud. Sorry, let me get it up. Isaac starts, Wilson benched. Where are you seeing that? Milner starts and captains them. I bench McAllister. Oh no. Apparently, Let's Talk FPL has said, why is the game updating? The deadline has passed. Apparently, Isaac starts, Wilson benched. Well, I'm celebrating for my FPL team, but that means that Isaac is through the middle. Sorry, let me get it up. Not the first time I said that. Hilarious. Isaac starts, Wilson benched. Firmino starts. Matoma. So I'm glad I sold Matoma. I'm glad I started Isaac. I just need my defenders. I just need to be able to put out enough defenders. Why was that deadline? It's an hour and a half before kickoff. No shocks. Saka starts. Is it acceptable for me to celebrate an Isaac goal against my own team? That is the question. Salah starts. Jota on the wing. Salah starts with Firmino and Jota. Do I think Estupiñán will come in? It depends on the state of the game, probably. No Van Dijk. Yep, it's Gomez, Matip, but Trent starts. Right, I just need Trippier. Robertson starting? No. Apparently Robertson doesn't start. Arsenal news. Everyone starts, apparently. Saka, Odegaard, Jesus and Trossard. Big front four. That's the team I kind of wish I'd invested in, but... Tripp starts. Like, I imagine he does, but I haven't seen anyone post it. Where have you seen that Trippier starts? Salah, Trent. Boom. Isaac through the middle. Hang on. Andy tweeted it first, didn't he? Andy's confirmed trips. Good stuff. Yeah, the backup is out. Manquillo. So the chance of Trippier not starting were pretty low anyway. I'm interested to see how many people took hits this week. Interested to see how many people took hits this week. I think that's pretty much it. Matoma benched. McAllister starts. McAllister's on my bench. So that could hurt. But I don't feel like there's loads that's going to hurt me this week. A Manchester United clean sheet might. So I'll hope for a Fulham goal. I don't know why I just refreshed that one. Is Matoma in the team? Now apparently Matoma is benched. Huh. Big sigh of relief. Final stream. Who are we waiting on now? No one really. I think we kind of got everyone we need. Manchester United we pretty much got. Kane we know. I think everyone starts apart from Estupinan. Just all right. I'll look forward to making this joke about McAllister coming off my bench. You took Isaac out for Alvarez. I still think it's a good move. Does a midfielder come on for a forward? Yes, as long as you keep like a legitimate formation. You took a -8. I was only a -4. I think there'll be a lot of hits this week. That Arsenal team could punish those of us who didn't own. But hopefully Estupinan doesn't come on. I mean, I've got Botman. I got Botman, so... Do I like Arsenal's new kit? Some of them are really... I quite like Liverpool's new kit. But, yeah. Arsenal's I have seen. I think I liked it. I don't think City's is really nice. City's is really nice. Right. I do need to go because I need to go and get to the Chelsea game, which starts in an hour and 5 minutes. So I'm already pretty late. So we are going to wrap the stream up there. This is how we lined up for the final time this season. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel, for still being here as well after the stream, for joining and choosing me over other streams, which I know there are a lot of great ones as well. So enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the break. Let me know how you get on. There'll be a post on Twitter. Let me know how you get on in your final ranks. I am interested. I always love to see how you all get on as well. So, yeah. I love streaming. Being 2 months without one is going to be sad, but I need a little bit of a break. Especially, again, as I said, because I do it, with a full-time job. It's nice to have a little bit of a month. I will be working in the background, so anything you want to see improved on the channel, please let me know. But that can all wait. Enjoy the last game week of the season. Good luck with your teams. I hope your picks paid off. Green arrows all around as well. And yeah, thank you all so much for your support. Like and subscribe before you go, and I'll see you all again next season. Thanks, guys.